Happy February, everyone. I am so happy to begin this new series, Confessions of an AIDS Widow. For the last few months, I have been working on a new memoir, Loving with Autism and AIDS Widow's Memoir, which is about my relationship with my late husband, who died exactly 30 years ago on February 20th, 1995. You'll give me a second. I'll show you a picture of us. That's from 1992. And we were celebrating our second anniversary, and we did a vow renewal. You probably recognize this picture from the thumbnail. So, without any further ado, I will read the rough draft of my new book, Loving with Autism, an AIDS Widow's Memoir. Here we go. To say that people like me on the autistic spectrum are well known for having special interests is one of the greatest understatements of all time. We are known for our passionate affection for whatever interest or person brings us joy. Those of us who can speak will gladly talk for hours to anyone who will listen to us describe in detail every aspect of our favorite interest or favorite person. And not everyone with autism is in touch with their feelings, but our love for our special someone, favorite hobby, profession, subject, sport, television show, the list goes on and on. We will find a voice, and even the most nonverbal of us will find a way to show what or who delights us the most. However, for the autistic person, the road to romantic love can be especially difficult and sadly is often a minefield of disappointment and heartache and even abuse. However, when two people with autism fall in love with each other, they have the potential of having a spectacular, life-altering romantic relationship few have the privilege to enjoy. I should know, it happened to me. Before I met my late husband, Tim, I truly felt like the proverbial ugly duckling, not having a formal diagnosis until 2019 at the age of 49, and the support that would have come with it. I struggled to make friends and barely dated as a teenager. I didn't dream about getting married and having babies because deep down inside, I didn't think I deserved acceptance, let alone romantic love. Then Tim came into my life in 1987 and emotionally and physically embraced me exactly the way I was. In his eyes, my undiagnosed autistic traits did not make me weird. They made me wonderful. Years later, I realized Tim must have also been on the autistic spectrum or had ADHD. Either way, we were both neurodivergent. And in me, Tim had found, in his words, his female equivalent, his Eve, bone of his bones, flesh of his flesh. Apart from God, I was his most important special interest. A woman he could love extravagantly without fear of me feeling smothered because I was finally free to love another person extravagantly, right back, without apology. And boy, did Tim desperately need my enormous capacity for love, since he had tested HIV positive only a few months before we met. I had a love for him that could not send him away. Instead, my intense love compelled me to embrace and ultimately take care of Tim, regardless of the fact that in 1987, an HIV positive diagnosis was almost always fatal in a matter of years. For his part, Tim reintroduced me to a God who loved me, no holds barred, and who I could love without fear or reservation right back. This God didn't call me defective. He called me his masterpiece. He was the God who would gather the pieces of my broken heart after Tim's death and after a series of abusive relationships resulted in me developing PTSD and other mental illnesses. God showed me how to love myself with his love and gave me the courage to love him and his children with the special gift he intended for me to bless him and others by loving with autism. And that, my friends, is the end of that introduction. Stay tuned for Chapter 1, Exit Stage Left. See you soon.